Welcome to Trading Lounge and the S&P 500, and starting on the monthly chart here and looking at cycle degree 3 and 4 and then 5 waves up of primary degree here of 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here of primary degree to meet cycle degree 5 here, and from primary wave 4 here to wave 5 here, we're looking for 5 waves in this particular structure moving up through here. So let's just move into the weekly and pick the chart up from this primary wave 4 here, and looking at it at intermediate wave 1 and intermediate wave 2, and then 5 waves of minor degree of 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here to make intermediate wave 3, and then we'll look at 4 and 5 moving up here somewhat higher. So from wave 4 here, looking up into wave 5 here of minor degree, we're looking for 5 waves in this particular structure here. So let's go to the daily chart and pick the minor wave 4 up here, which is here, and we're looking for 5 waves to the upside. So 1 and 2 here. That's I feel confident about that 1 and 2, and then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here for wave 1 and 2. So I'm confident with that. And then we have this nice strong third wave in play here. And 4 and 5. So from minor degree 4 to minor degree 5, we're looking for 5 waves of minute degree. So 1 and 2 and 3 here and 4 here. If I could just open this up a little bit. And then looking from wave 4 here, we're looking for 5 waves up to this minute wave 5 here, and that would make minor wave 5 completed, then intermediate wave 3 completed. So we're in this structure here, and we're looking for 5 waves up. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. I think I might just go to the 4-hour chart. Sorry about that. I'll press on the wrong one to get a bit more detail. From wave 4 here, we're looking for wave 1 and 2 here. So very happy with this 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 to make wave 1 and wave 2 here. And then we've got wave 3 here. And there's a bit of a problem here in this scenario. So firstly is that we're still short on our structures here. So we're still short. This could be a 4th wave, but we're still short this 5th wave here of 5, of 5, of 5, of 3 here. And just to bear in mind that wave 3 here, once this structure is finished, could pull back down to, come back down to the daily chart here. Wave 4 of this degree here, this is a daily chart, sorry, we'll be looking for an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave that can pull back to the wave 4 of 1 lesser degree here. Okay, so this is where we're sort of heading back to. So going back to that 4-hour chart here and looking at the top here, one of the problems that we have now is that this particular, there's markets like the European markets that look like they're sort of topped out as such. And this does look like it's top. The trouble with this wave 4 coming back into here, it's overlapped the top of wave 1 here. So, that breaks the Elliott rules. Now, wave 4 in derivatives, so when Elliott put all the rules together, he did it in the days when there weren't any derivatives as such. Well, there was options in the US, but basically he built the process of the method of the Dow Jones transports, and then applied it to stocks as well, and so on. But they weren't these sort of really high leverage derivatives. So we do find wave 4 can overlap wave 1 here to a point. Look, we're looking for a top, and then we see this sharp spike here, and I think, well, that's a pretty good sign. There's sort of weakness there, but I'm still short 1 wave here. Okay, so I'm just going to go into the hourly chart now, and then later on into the tick chart, because we need to, we need to justify it somehow, or include it or something. So You know, the problem here is that wave 4 here low shouldn't overlap wave 1 here, you know, and it's done that here, and it's left wave 3 being kind of a little bit short too. I mean, I can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 here, and 5 for wave 1, and wave 3 functions okay. Wave 4 overlaps this wave 1, 2 here, and then looking at this move up here, this doesn't really count very nicely as a fifth wave here. We'll look at that in a moment. So yeah, I've got a bit of a problem here. So we need to look to sort of strategy within all of this. So if we go to the 100 ticks here, so what I've got so far here, from this blue wave 4 here, we've got wave 1 here, which is fine. We've got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. I'll just move this heading out here. That can be moved over here. So a little bit messy here, but yeah, so wave 1 and wave 2 here, same problem. The wave 4 here is overlapping wave 1 here, which is a bit of a no-no, but from wave 2 here, I've counted, you know, well, we've counted together basically 1 and 2 here, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here for the third wave, the fourth wave, and the fifth wave for the third wave. So this one doesn't count as a fifth wave here. It comes to the same high here, but I can only see that it's got 3 waves in here. Okay, so I'm thinking that this sharp move down is just corrective, and it's just wave 4 here. Yes, it does break a rule and overlap that wave 1 here. And, you know, you could probably count it as an ending diagonal triangle sort of finishing up into the fifth wave here, but I'm not really happy with that either. It doesn't. So breaking the least amount of rules is wave 4 overlapping wave 1 here. That's the least of the least of the problems, you know. So I really need to run with that, but just to say that, you know, with Elliott wave, sometimes you can be really confident. It's you know, it's clear as day, and that's that, and this is that, and you know, and you move forward. Sometimes you got doubt, and you must acknowledge that doubt, and you must come up with a stronger strategy to put into play. So you need to know, you know, basically when you're right and when you're wrong. You can't just sort of get into the guessing game too much. So, but in this case here, there is doubt, there is a problem. Wave 4 does overlap wave 1 here, but I can't put this wave 5 sitting on top here because it doesn't really make a clean high here. But even if it didn't make a clean high, it still doesn't give me 5 waves to the upside, so I can't go with that. It's not the logical thing to do. It does count nicely as an A wave, a B wave, and then 5 waves down here as a C wave here. And then we need to look at this little structure here. I can't draw on this side of the tick chart. I can only draw on this side here, but I'm thinking this is the third wave coming down a little here, and then a fifth wave to go up, fourth wave coming down here, and a fifth wave to go up. So when it goes up to 1 here, then it's going to have an A and a B and a C move back, and then up from that point. So I want to talk about this a little bit further. This is, in terms of the trading levels, we've got the midpoint here that we work through, and then we're in group 2 here, which is 65, 72, and the 80 here. So really, I wouldn't turn bearish on this market unless group 2 became the retested resistance. So that would need the 25.65 here as a retested resistance before I'd start looking at the bearish side. So I need to stay with the trend, which is to the upside, even though we've had this sharp spike down. Everything's telling me that it's not time to turn bearish just yet. You know, we're still 1 wave short, and yeah, we need 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then 5 to the upside here. So if I can just copy wave 4 and wave 5, that will go up here. We can move that one there, that one there, that one there, and then the intermediate wave 3 coming into play there. I'm just going to save that for a moment, and I'm just going to go into the 10 ticks just to see. The other thing that I like about this here is, well, first of all, there's going to be problems here. So if I take this top here and come down to the low here, just get that in there roughly, just open this up a little bit. and just put that in here. So that's the 61.8% there, and then I'll remove that, and then I will find the low end. So we're looking at a top sort of in that little space there, and then we'd be looking at a retracement level within this as well. So from the 50-60% retracement level, we'll be looking in there as well. So I can't draw on the side of the price. We've got one more push up here, and then we'll have an A and a B and a C back down into the 72 area here, or the 50-60% retracement level, and then we'll see a move up. So in terms of trading, allow this to come up and hit this trend line and in this box here, and then allow it to fade back down. And then once it's done that, then look to trade long back on the support over here onto 25.80. So it's a bit of a process. So it's really the arrival, the reaction, the first high above the level, and then the corrective three-wave move here. So if I go from 100 ticks and get 10% of that into 10 ticks, we'll start looking at this scenario here. So this is the A, the B, and the C wave down here, and this is the little move that we're looking to the upside here. So I can see that, I can see that here. I've got wave 1 here, and then wave 2 here. Then I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 1 and 2, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5 for 3 and 4 and 5. So I know I've got I know this is the top of the third wave, the fourth wave, and we've got the fifth wave to go up here. Once it gets up here, it'll run out of steam, and then it'll have its A and its B and its C wave back to the 72 area here, this area here, which I can just bring in a little bit closer here, take a bit of liberty, but anyway, you can sort that out. Once you've got the top in, you can get that 50-60% retracement level. Allow that to go into there, allow it to come back. Then when you got tested support on the 80 again, then move up, and your target to the upside will be 26 here for the Friday. But we should see Friday and Monday be bullish. Alrighty, I've rambled on enough, but that's how I see it. Alrighty, cheers.